Hey team, thought it's overdue a bit of a catch up and update as to where we're at with the old Retna coupe project. I've had quite a bit on the plate as of late with challenges in life, I suppose, family illnesses, work, changing jobs, now self-employed, and just a few other bits and pieces to kind of get my head around, hence a little bit of a absence, if you like, on the updates from a car front, but all is well, and we're going to be moving forward and getting to where we want to get to. So I thought I'd just check in and give you an update as to where I've got to with the Retna. So at the moment it's sitting here in the shed, and as you know, when it started it came missing a few bits and pieces, so it was missing basically all the front panels, lights, those sorts of things. So I've gone through and started to source some of those items, and I guess I'll show you where we're at. So we've got a version 6 STI alloy bonnet and a brand new front bumper, which is a version 6 STI bumper from JDM Garage, and also sourced some really nice crystal headlights. Got the corner lights and obviously guards here. Gone for the crystal side markers, and as you can tell, I've obviously pulled out the windscreen. Now I've pulled out the front and the rear windscreen. So the front had a crack in it, so need to replace that obviously, and the back has a bit of rust down there, as seen in a previous video, that I've got to get repaired to go through the re-compliance and re-VIN process. So I guess what I've been trying to do is just accumulate the bits that are missing to make it a complete car from, or what it looks like anyway. So the intention for this car is to get it back into the system. So in New Zealand, there's obviously a process, like most countries, to have legal vehicles. This one's registration has lapsed, so it's no longer in the system. So I've got to basically go through the process, put it back into the system and get it up to speed. So what that looks like is obviously having a complete car is a good place to start, but making sure the brakes are functional and I guess meet the criteria of today's standards, and everything else that you would normally need for a car to kind of function as it should, so that it's safe to utilise on the road. With this, it currently has been sitting for some time, so I'm going to replace the fuel tank, get the brakes up to speed, and then reassemble. Obviously, got to do the rust repair as well professionally, and then I'll put in some new windscreens and take it for the compliance checks. So this one here has drum brakes in the rear. Because part of what they're checking is how well a vehicle stops and all that sort of stuff, I'm going to use some factory Subaru Impreza or possibly Legacy Forester type equipment to put disc brake rear conversion in, just so that nothing major, but just so that it stops really well and as it should. And these are all bolt-in Lego type bits and pieces, so I'll do all that before I go for the re-VIN process, and I don't think it will highlight too many dramas doing so. Also managed to score some really nice version 6 tail lights. These sorts of things are getting harder and harder to find, especially in really good condition, so you got to pay for it. But I guess that probably is a good chance for me to give you an indication, if you're going to delve into something like this, what these sorts of things cost. So just as an indication, the tail lights cost me 500 New Zealand dollars for the pair. What else have we got? The STI alloy bonnet was $520. However, that came with the debacle of dealing with a few undesirables and challenges there. The front bumper was from JDM Garage, so it's a brand new plastic bumper. I think that with the STI spotlight cover caps was around $570, something like that. Might have been, it was like $770, I think. What else? Crystal headlights are around $600. and then the other corner sort of indicators, a couple hundred, I think. Yeah, so definitely money doesn't go that far these days if you're going for a desired look. But that's what I want to do with this car. This is a lifer car, so I'm going to hold on to this one and sort of just take my time and do it how I want to do it. Yeah, and what else? I think once I've got it back in the system, then I'll really start to modify it. So what that will look like, you'll have to wait and see. But yeah, that'll be like an engine type and transmission or driveline swap. Doing the brakes again to like the Brembo type brakes. So I do have some 326mm Brembo discs already there, and I've got a version 8 WRX to get some bits off. So and what there's going to be like the hubs and rear diff and axles and all that sort of stuff, so that I can put on the Brembo components. Also got a nice Sportline steering wheel. I'll do that when I once compliance is met. And yeah, I'll swap out the wheels because they won't like the aftermarket wheels at the Revan, so I'm going to put on something a little bit more stock, which brings me to my latest and greatest purchase. Da-da-da-da, hee-hee. This is the SG5 Forester. So it's just a little Forest, 2002 XT Forester. So EJ20 Turbo. This one's automatic, and it is set up for all the missions. It's got a bed and a tank. It's got a cooker. It's got all sorts of camping stuff, and it's also got some 3-inch exhaust pipe, because yeah, you have to wait and see. But that's my A to B mobile for now. So, and it also has some good little Subaru 16, so I'm probably going to put those with different profile tyres onto the coupe, just so that they appear a bit more stock. So this car, in its totality, is somewhat a stock car with a nice version 6 STI front on it, but that's all bolt-on parts. So that it should appear as just a good sound factory car. Hopefully go through compliance without too many other dramas, and then at that point then the real build can begin. But I just thought I'd give you an update and introduce you to the new rig, and yeah, thanks for watching, guys. We'll catch you when we're looking at you.